How's everyone? I hope I find you all well. Welcome. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. No astrology today. This is a collective read, and I'm breaking in a new spread. Not sure how this is going to play out, but I figured let's try it. It's a 9 card spread. Um, it has many of the normal, the gist of the matter, the foundation, the past influences, and the future. So let's get to it. Card number 1 in the center here is the central situation, or how the person, which is you, the collective, however you may feel about your situation. And we've got the Four of Swords, which is rest for another day. So this comes after the Three of Swords, and we did get the Three of Swords in the spread. We also have the 2, so we've got 2, 3, 4 of swords, all in a row here, or diagonal. Central issue is the 4 of swords, so this is recovery after a heartbreak. We see the heartbreak up here in the 3 of swords. It's still heavy on your mind. It's in the position of, I believe that's background influences. The 2 up top, you've got the crowning, and then 2 side cards here that I've designated for background influences, which is interesting because here in the crowning position, number 2, you've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this feels like a disappointment and lack of control, absolutely. And that's the crowning, what's on the collective's mind, or what it's like everything is underneath this idea, I heard. So then on the left of that, you've got a background influence that is the World card. So we've got 10 and 21 here. 10 and 20. So, I mean, it's like, so if we read this left to right, we've got the World, which is a happy outcome, the end of a cycle, okay, and a happy outcome. This is like happily ever after. This is the culmination of karmic rewards, okay? And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which means disappointment and lack of control. And then next to that is heartbreak. So where there was once hope that something was going to end very well, we suddenly feel very upside down, very out of control, very at the whim of the turning of the wheel. And after that, there was this heartbreak, like betrayal. There's distrust here and tears. And that's for 2 background influences. One of them was good, one of them ends up being bad. So it's like now you're functioning under this topsy-turvy, I don't know what happened, everything was going great. The world coming in with the triumph and karmic victory, karmic reward. And then suddenly everything was turned upside down, and now there's heartbreak here. Then we have on the 4 next to the 4 of swords, which is the central situation. We've got past decisions or lessons, and that is the 7 of cups, which means dream big but choose wisely. So there was choices here in the past. These past decisions were wonderful. They were a lot of beautiful options. You didn't know what to choose, but you knew that all of them or one of them would be wonderful. Okay? It's dream big, but choose wisely. And then the next card, number 8 here, the near future or advice. This is 5 of Pentacles reversed. So usually 5 of Pentacles is out in the cold. This story, because this deck is the Tarot of the Divine, which is all mythology, folklore, and stories. This story was called The Little Match Girl, and like she died in the fucking cold outside this building. And so in reverse, it means that there is help here, there's comfort here, there's options, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel. That's in the future. That's wonderful. So in the past we had these great big dreams, and we needed to choose wisely. The center of the issue here is that there was disappointment here, and now we have to what is it? Recalculate things. We need to take a break. Some of us are stepping away from things, from people, from groups, from responsibilities, and just trying to lick our wounds here. Down at the bottom, we have the foundational influences, and this one is the Queen of Coins in reverse. So this is disorganized, inefficient. This could be depletion of funds. The Queen of Pentacles. She is the final queen before the Empress proper. This is a woman this is a feminine energy. I'm not going to say, woman, male. That's gender ain't shit in tarot. It's all energy. So somebody who could have been very confident in their financial situation because they themselves brought their abundance, right? Queen of Pentacles, she has worked. This is Capricorn energy. Capricorn feminines are workaholics, but they not like the men. The masculine Capricorns will work themselves to the grave and then be upset that they can't get up and go back to work, right? That's their love language. They will work themselves to death for you. The feminines, they're in the same vein, but it's not that they're working themselves to death for you specifically. It's for their reputation, their legacy, and all the comforts that will bring them. Okay? Unfortunately, this is in the reverse, which means that there was a lot of hard work put into something that just ended up spilling out. So this is depletion, disorganization. This is feeling inefficient and manipulated. Next to it, we have now I named this position Forgotten Advantageous Factors. I probably will change that, but I felt like I needed a position. Excuse me. I felt like I needed a position for influences that we may not be looking at that could um, be in our favor. Okay. Now, true to my nature, I designated this position for something positive, and a negative card fell on it. So, um, that's just that always seems to happen for me. This we've got the Two of Swords in the position of forgotten advantageous factors. So this is not very advantageous, but it is between a rock and a hard place. This is hard choices. Use wisdom and virtue and face your fears. So, okay, maybe that was advantageous then. Because this is a card of walking through fire, okay? This, oh shit, I forget. I forget what legend this is. But this part of her story was that she had to walk through fire to prove her innocence on something, which she obviously was innocent about. It's just the men had a stick up their craw about something that she had done. And she had to prove her virtue by walking through fire. And if she survived the fire, she was innocent. If she didn't, it's the old witch's trial. If she sinks, oh, she was innocent. If she floats, she's a witch killer. Either way, there was hardship here. So this feels like you really, really grew and learned from this. It was a hard choice, but it is something in the past that is playing into now is a strength. Okay? What's wrong with my music? Dang. So I feel like people are like, I'm not going through that again. I proved myself once. I was telling the truth. I knew what I was talking about. The swords are all mental energy, and the Two of Swords is being stuck between two decisions, and neither one are good. Two choices, and neither one are going to play out the best. So you're stuck there. And this is very Libra energy, even though I give the lower 2, 3, and 4, I give to Gemini. This could be Gemini energy also. But twos are always choices. Always. Two of Cups, Two of Wands, Two of Swords. All the twos are choices. Even the Lovers is a choice, even though it's a number 6. But there was difficult decisions here, and none of them were going to end up wonderful. So you kind of had to make the best decision that you could and walk in faith that you did this out of your best knowledge. That's never come to me for Two of Swords like that before. That's really great. And then for what comes next. Now, I didn't mark this position as an outcome because it occurred to me that there is no true outcome to anything. It just all keeps going. Okay? So there's a next step. So in the development of all this, in the next step, we have the Queen of Cups. And that's a really wonderful, empowered energy. This is somebody in the collective, possibly, who has come to instead of a come to Jesus moment, it was a come back to my own heart kind of moment. You know? Hang on 1 second. I paused at 12:05, 12:06 for anyone looking for number syncs. I also forgot to do my intro. Let's remember that not all messages will resonate for every person, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You're all at different points in the timeline. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which character you individually all play or where you choose to stand on the stage. I can only read the script. So here, like I said, in what comes next, position number 9 is the Queen of Cups. This is Yamaja, I believe. This is an African mermaid goddess, and she keeps her cup very close, but she is much more discerning now of who she allows to share in it. Now, I originally wasn't really going to do a spread today because the energies are pretty much the same. Like when you do them daily, sometimes it doesn't seem like the energies flow very quickly. So sometimes I'll pull back and wait it out for a day or two. Um, this feels mostly the same, but there's a few more little nuggets of hope here. Now, I can see in this spread how like we can't deny, if you're listening from outside the United States, I apologize, but the elections that has just happened are still very controversial. They're the politics of this are going to be playing out for at least the next 10 years, and we're all kind of in the middle of it. And it's showing up in the cards in the collective. So I have to read what they're showing me because we're all in this together. So here, like I said, for the background influence in the past year, we had the world, which is a karmic reward, an ending. Like this feels like that moment before the election where we figured everything was going to be great now. You know, like the world card, it's the end, it's the last card. This is finally the end of that shitty cycle, and now we have a happy ending after all of that, right? Karmic rewards. But like maybe we really did get our karmic rewards with the outcome. And that's when we've got here the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, where we feel like we were thrown off of course. And now it's like this disappointment and feeling a lack of control, because we definitely feel like we are not in control of what's happening now. And now we've got this Three of Swords here, heartbreak and betrayal, distrust and tears. There's damage and loss here. And there are many of us definitely feeling that. We're heartbroken over the results. We're heartbroken over the possibilities that are coming. We're heartbroken over the disappointment. Now we've lost people in the mix because this was such a defining moment that people who had different values from us are now deemed not permitted in our energy anymore. That's that heartbreak and betrayal. So here and then we had here 5 past decisions and lessons. Dream big and choose wisely. And we thought we were. We had big dreams, right? With this election, the one side promised we're going to go after price gouging and we're going to expand medical, the prenatal medical health for women. And, oh, are you having trouble buying a house? We're going to help you with that. We're going to help bring down inflation. Everything seemed so promising. Look at all these lamps we had to choose from, like lower taxes and medical, legal marijuana, expanding schools, taking the dumb book bans away, and everything looks so promising, right? And then, like I said, we had that Wheel of Fortune reversed, and now this is us in the Four of Swords. Look at Fenrir here. His eye is pinned like he is traumatized. They shoved a sword in his mouth. In the myth, they shoved a stick so that he couldn't bite down. But this is a sword, and this is 4 swords, so this is all mental energy. But this is resting to fight another day, and many, many in the collective, especially affected by the politics of what is happening, we definitely feel like we're resting up to fight another day, another battle, another, it's just continuing. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, so the wheel keeps spinning. We have to keep fighting. And then after that, here in the near future or advice, we've got this depressing 5 of Pentacles. However, it's in the reverse. So this is actually a positive card. This is the idea that there is comfort and hope and options available. Help is coming. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so that's in the future position for advice. Then here we have number 4, forgotten advantageous factors. We've been through this before, I feel. This 2 of Swords, this is walking through fire. There were no good choices. Some people feel like neither one was a good choice, which was crazy to me. But they did. And there were hard choices made, but we had to use our wisdom and virtue. And that's where I think some people fell through the cracks there, where they were trying to be wise about things, but they weren't being virtuous, right? This was facing fears, and I think that some in the collective couldn't face those fears. They actually gave in to them. Then we have here number 3, we've got the foundational influence, and that's that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The feeling of everything that we worked for up to this point is now just dumped out all over, and it's being lost. Okay, this is disorganization. We definitely feel disorganized in the certain side of what's happened. There is a feeling of disorganization. There is a feeling of all this work and nothing good came of it. It just spilled out, right? And then here for the future, what comes next, we have the Queen of Coins. And I wish it was something a little more robust, but this has a feeling of We are being much more mindful about our emotions, about our heart and who we give it to, and what we allow in it. I heard what we give our heart to. What kind of thoughts do we give our heart to? So if we read this past, present, future instead of just the positions, we've got in the past, we've got the world, which was an ending of a cycle and our rewards coming. We had the Seven of Cups. Everything looked great. We were dreaming big. We were choosing wisely. Maybe we chose a little, maybe we bit off a little more hope than we could handle. And it ended up being this Two of Swords walking through fire between a rock and a hard place. And that's what we feel like we're at right now. Here in the present, we have this feeling of the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is being thrown off course, being thrown off the wheel, feeling disappointed, feeling directionless, and with the lack of control. Now we feel out of control. We feel in the Four of Swords, we're just resting to fight another day because Queen of Cups or Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is disorganized. There's been manipulation. We feel depleted, and something was inefficient in our progress. Here in the future, now we've got that Three of Swords. There's heartbreak here from the betrayal, but underneath that, we've got hope and help and comfort. This, I feel, is the closing of the circle. See, with this card, with the Three of Swords, this story is, I believe it's a Japanese story. The crane wife. She was a bird, and there's plenty of stories in all of mythology where an animal in human form takes a human spouse, right? So she took a human husband, and she said there was something about how she could spin beautiful fabrics, right? But and it would bring them wealth. So the husband was like, yeah, yeah, go do. And she says, okay, I will, but when I'm working, you cannot look. You can't come in the room and see me. Just let me work in peace and solitude, and do not disturb me. Well, what was happening is that she was going back to her crane form, cutting off her feathers and using her feathers to weave this material that was gaining them all their wealth. Now, eventually, she would have been out of feathers. And the husband didn't know that this was going on. So, what always happens in these stories? He peaked, and his betrayal broke the magic. Okay, and here she is cutting off her feathers. So I feel like that part of the betrayal had us cutting away parts of our life, our love, ourself, our hearts, our thoughts, cutting those things away in order to I heard correct the situation. Underneath that, after that heartbreak, I mean, that had to have been excruciating for this character to go through, to cut off her own feathers and then have to finish the job after she was betrayed, right? So, but the release of it, though heartbreaking, gives way to this hope and comfort and help. So, this is why I feel like closing the circle a little bit actually strengthened it. Because whereas this could have been in the upright, this Five of Pentacles, this feeling out in the cold, this feeling abandoned, there was adversity here, isolation and loss, there was neglect, but it's in the reverse, which means we're coming through it. Or we bypassed it. Okay? So here, like in the future, this heartbreak, this betrayal actually leads to the opportunity for comfort and hope and options and help and light and love and renewal. Okay? And underneath that, with the Queen of Cups here in the future, this is a return to our emotional strength. Okay? Um, the Queen of Cups, she is caring, she's supportive, she's an empowered feminine, is kind and is a kind and intuitive counselor. So, this may be somebody that we find in the future. This may be somebody that we become in the future, male or female. The queen energy, king energy, page, and knight energy, it's just energy. Anybody can be in those energies at the moment, okay? So even with masculines, they could be finding the softness within them in the future. Let's hope so, because what's happening with them right now is a fucking train wreck. All right. This also could mean, we just find it in our circle. This kind, intuitive counseling and this caring, supportive, emotionally available person or people. Or maybe this is just us, this is energy. Let's see what signs we have here. With the Queen of Cups, we have Pisces. She is the only. Oh, and then the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Coins here is Earth. So we have Earth and water. Capricorn and Pisces. Of the smaller numbers here, we've got 2, 3, and 4 of Swords. That's Gemini. 5 of Pentacles. That's Virgo. 7 of Cups. That's Scorpio. The world is all the fixed signs, so that's Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. Wheel of Fortune is the same, the 4 fixed signs. And I think that's it. So we've got Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, Pisces, Virgo, and the fixed signs. So I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave a like, leave us a share, subscribe to help the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email, donation links. I am now open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any smaller donations, I'll do a 3-card spread for you as a thank you. So email, Venmo, Cash App in the description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. So thank you so much. We're going to go on to the Ancestor Oracle messages. I did draw 2 cards for that. And we've got Lord and the Fire Guardian. So Lord is saying, take charge with authority. Respect your authority. It says, don't be afraid to take charge and use your voice. Be strong. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. So this has come out in the last week or so, and I find this interesting that it's saying sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored, when here we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which means we feel complete lack of control. So this advice is saying take your control back. Be lord of the manor, or lady. Gender ain't shit but boobs and wieners. So be in lord energy if you need to. It says, if you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in the fiercest. I'm sorry, I always mess this up, but I love this line, so let me get this right. Where was I? Shoot. For granted and change, encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. I love that. You have the energy and might to overcome drama at where am I? Overcome drama or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. That's this right here, this Two of Swords, between a rock and a hard place. No matter which you choose, it's going to suck, right? That's the position you don't want to be in. You're being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. All right. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level if only you act with authority and show who you really are. So, what was this in the past with this Two of Swords? I feel like there was some like this Two of Swords decision was made with, how can I put this? It wasn't made in strength. It was made in desperation. And that's not a dig. I mean, we're all put in that situation. We all have to act however we choose to, or however we see best, okay? That's not a dig. But Lord energy here is coming in saying, own that shit. Own your decisions, own your power, own your strength, and take back control. So the next card we've got is Fire Guardian, and he says, ignite your passions. Okay? It says, connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. This is you're being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sensual side or become more sexually open, my goodness, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you're in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. I have no idea why that decided to come out when none of these other things have said anything about love. We've got one cup here. That's the queen. Everything else is, well, I mean, we've got the seven, but that's choices. So, what? I mean, maybe this is about just re-empowering yourself, finding that passion again, finding that spark, finding that fire. It's very Aries energy, very fire sign energy. Lord energy kind of feels like Emperor energy, but smaller, like a little smaller. I mean, he's a lord, he's not an emperor. But it's the same symbolism here where he's got the ram's heads on his throne there. So that's masculine power, both of these masculine power. So that's a tough one for me because I didn't expect the masculine energy to just jump in, you know. But I mean, like I was saying, this could be for feminines too because it's just energy. So there's an empowerment here. There's this finding your spark again. I mean, figure after all this, things feel bleak, right? I mean, there's a little bit of hope. We've got our friends close. We're resting up to fight again. I mean, there was tough choices here. And now I feel like the ancestors are saying, buck up, power up. There's more to do. There's more to gain. There's more to win. There's more to experience. So refined your fire. Okay? And we're going to get some last minute oracle messages here for the collective. Let's see if we can pull this all together. Okay? Okay. Oh, we've got pay attention to red flags. Hang on a second. Like, I'm curious about these two, and I never am called to do this, but I want to get clarification on these two ancestor cards. And like I said, that I never ever am called to do that. So let's see. Sorry about that. That's why I shuffle off camera, because I know that's really loud. Please clarify the Lord. Take charge with authority. Thank you. Page of Wands reversed. Reckless and heedless. Yeah. To get control of yourself. Fire Guardian, please. Ignite your passions. Oh, jeez. That flew way over there. Hang on. Three of Wands in the upright. So we've got the Two of Wands and Three of Wands right out together. Motivation and sacrifice. Okay. So this Lord card, take back your power, take charge with authority, because we've been in this Page of Wands reversed energy. This, yeah, because things have gotten like this. Now, I don't know if this is a person, it could be a person, but I feel like this is more the environment. Reckless and heedless on top of the Lord. Which it's like somebody is or something again out of our control with that Wheel of Fortune reverse. This feels like something that was out of control. Take charge with authority, because we've got this Two of Wands in reverse. I'm sorry, Page of Wands in reverse. My fault. Page of Wands in reverse. Whereas upright, the page is swift and good news, and a young fire sign, optimistic, fearless, new ideas, eager but inexperienced. And in reverse, it's like all hell just kind of broke loose with this guy. Like everything positive about this new endeavor just went south. So now on top of the Lord here, it says take charge with authority, because things have gotten reckless out here. So with Fire Guardian, ignite your passions, you've got the Three of Wands. Motivation and sacrifice. What was the Three of Wands? Let me check real quick. Okay, I paused at 38:20. I had to go through my other deck to get my other cards here. So this Page of Wands in reverse. So this being on the Lord, like I said, he was saying take a charge with authority. Take ownership of your life. Take power back, because with this Page of Wands reversed, it's not just reckless and heedless. This is bad temperament. This is sullen and naive and petulant. I mean, this definitely, it's unimaginative. They're foolish, unapologetic, idle. I mean, this is everything negative that a person can be, right? So, I mean, I can't deny that I feel like this particular pairing here is we're at the whim of a Page of Wands in reverse. Somebody petulant, somebody naive, somebody reckless, and on the Lord saying take charge with authority. Okay? So we're being guided to take authority back from this petulant child. Now here with Fire Guardian, we had the Three of Wands, motivation and sacrifice. Well, I wanted to look in my other deck because there was this story behind it. Now, this is not just motivation and sacrifice. Yes, it is all those things, but uh, eh, this is also telling us that the journey towards our goal requires motivation and sacrifice. I forget what this story is. Hmm. Oh, I think this is like a Cinderella story. Like she took the form of a pig or something, and then she had to like do all these tasks to earn her freedom or something like that. So yeah, it's sacrifice and motivation. So what are you willing to go towards? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to regain this your own fire, in order to regain your own autonomy, I heard. Your power back, your passion again. Whatever it is, there's going to be sacrifices here. And it might not be negative sacrifices. Like I was saying before, you know, I try not to name things outright because I'd like these readings to be timeless, but I can't deny that the energy is describing the time that we're in, right? People cutting people off. That Three of Swords, she's cutting off her own feathers. She's cutting off something that was growing as part of her. That's our family and everything. That's the sacrifices that we've been making. So now here you've got the Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. I mean, I know that the reading about the card was like sexual and everything. Maybe get back out there though. Who knows? It doesn't have to necessarily be dating and you know, smashing. This actually could be something extremely creative. Okay? Because the fire signs, they don't all just talk about sex and passion. Passion is what is the first spark towards creativity. Okay? So, in order to get creative, in order to regain your passion, regain your power, I heard relearn who you are outside of this heartbreak, outside of letting this stuff go, these people go, outside of this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Who do you remain? And in that deciding who you still are, you will find where the passion that was pushed aside in order to be something that you weren't. And now you can reignite that, but it's going to take sacrificing. And then we're already doing it, I feel. It's the sacrifice of letting things go that weren't working in our favor, no matter who or how long it's been there. Okay? So now let's continue on to, we've got pay attention to red flags. Wait, okay, yeah, we've got a call to have some fun. That's the horse head mask card. And I know that it's hard to find right now. We've got a lot of stress. We've got a lot of things up in the air. The future doesn't look so bright, and it feels very, you know, Wheel of Fortune reversed, very out of control. So spirit is like I've been saying in the other readings. Yeah, this shit's bananas. Like I was saying in the other readings, I don't feel like this is going to be long lived. Okay, the repercussions maybe, but the situations no. Repercussions to me meaning we saw the truth behind the people around us, what they stood for, and what they believed, what they wanted out of life and society. We saw the truth, and it was not pretty, right? So we don't feel like there is much joy right now. But the horse head mask card is reminding us to try to find things that are fun because that raises your vibration. We are functioning in such dark vibration right now with the stress and the worry and the disappointment and the heartbreak and the betrayal and all these things that we got to find out about ourselves, about the people around us, about our leadership. Everything looks bleak. But that changes, and that changes our vibration. And the lower the vibration and the more people who stay there, the more it affects the collective. So try to find small things to do, to experience, to allow yourself to dream about in order to raise your vibration. Okay? Every single person that can raise their vibration helps the collective. Just by little increments. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We've got a female family member. When this card pops out, this is usually for somebody who's passed on. Mom, niece, daughter, granddaughter, aunt, sister, best friend. Somebody who's passed on. We've got illumination. That's Archangel Uriel. This is wisdom, clear sight, the light of God's truth. Clarity in decisions, resolving conflicts, all right, awakening the intellect, and guidance. This is Archangel Uriel, the light of God. Okay, he's made an appearance. This energy is here to resolve conflicts, all right? This says, remember, you are earth. We did get some earth energy here with that Five of Pentacles and the Lord. Ground yourself. Build, heal, give, provide, and stay steady. Okay? I did get the card that this shit is bananas. It is definitely bananas out here. We've also got Caterpillar. I love Caterpillar. This is metamorphosis as imminent. So, even though we feel stuck, even though we feel out of control with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the wheel does keep spinning. So time keeps marching on, things keep progressing, and we are in an energy of metamorphosis right now. Now, this caterpillar energy, when it goes into the cocoon, it absolutely breaks down every cell in its body and becomes something new. So in this time of metamorphosis, and it says metamorphosis is imminent, like the caterpillar has just crawled up on the branch. It hasn't gone into the chrysalis yet. It's preparing to go into transformation. So it's imminent. But the idea that everything is going to break down and be reformed into something new with the old components, okay? So if this is something personal, if you feel like you're going through a metamorphosis of the self, you're being encouraged to make it creative, okay? There is only one soul in the billions and billions of souls that are allotted to this plane. There is only one you. And whether you think you're, there's so many of us who sit here and think, I'm just one of 10 billion. How could I provide anything special? It's because you're one of 10 billion. One. There's only one of you. So when you transform, make sure it's your purest form, because the world has never seen before and never will see again what you can become. Okay? And the last one we have here is remember you are spirit. Connect, listen, know, be still, and ascend. All right? I hope everything found you well. The messages found you that you needed. If you want to see what the cards look like from my vantage point from above. I post pictures of the cards to Instagram and the community page as soon as this will go live. Give like 3 minutes either way to post to Instagram and the community page. I didn't know how else to do it. Like, I don't have anything to set above the cards so that I can record that way. So I just figured post the pictures of it. So this was a new spread. It does need some work. I do like how it lays out. I've been trying to make something that looks like a scene, like a picture of everything. So it's like trying to fit together the different pictures. That's how I like to describe it. So, anyways, I hope that sat well with you guys. If you got any messages that helped in any way, please consider um, leaving a thumb up for me, liking, subscribing, sharing my videos. Leave me a comment. The engagement will help the algorithm get my content seen. You can also leave it to a small donation. My Venmo and Cash App are in the description. And again, for whatever donations I receive, I'll do a small reading for you as a thank you. So until I see you again in the next couple days, I appreciate you sticking with me. Okay, thanks. See you later. Bye.